Look at the screen. Right now, you think you're living in the present. You feel the chair beneath you, you hear the hum of the room, and you see my words as I speak them. But you're not here. You are currently living in a reconstructed memory of what happened 80 milliseconds ago. You see, your brain is a slow processor trying to run a very fast world. It takes time for light to hit your eyes, for electricity to zip through your nerves, and for your gray matter to make sense of it all. By the time you become aware of a lightning bolt or a falling glass, that event is already over. You are a passenger in a body that is perpetually lagging behind reality. So why don't you feel it? Why isn't your life like a badly dubbed movie where the sound and the picture don't match? Because your brain is the world's most sophisticated liar. It predicts the future just to keep you from losing your mind. If you actually saw the world in real time, your life would be a glitchy, terrifying mess of unsynced signals. Let's look at the hardware. Imagine your brain is a central office and your field agents are sending in reports from the front lines. Light travels at 300,000 kilometers per second, nearly instantaneous. Sound is a sluggish 340 meters per second. And touch? Touch signals from your big toe have to climb 5 feet of spine to reach your head at a speed of about 50 to 100 meters per second. If your brain showed you the truth in real time, it would be a nightmare. You'd hear a door slam before you saw it shut. You'd feel a stubbed toe seconds after you saw the table hit it. To fix this chaos, your brain has a waiting room called the thalamus. It holds on to the fast signals, like sight, until the slow signals, like touch, arrive. It buffers the data, syncs the audio and video, and then delivers a polished package to your conscious mind. You aren't watching a live broadcast, you are watching a live stream with a forced 80 millisecond delay. You are literally living in the past. Your entire life is a pre-recorded show that has already happened, but you are only now receiving the signal. Now, let's go deeper into the rabbit hole. If we are 80 milliseconds late, who is actually making the decisions? In the 1980s, a scientist named Benjamin Libet conducted a terrifying experiment. He asked people to flick their wrists whenever they felt like it, while he monitored their brain activity. He discovered something that haunts philosophers to this day. The brain began preparing for the movement half a second before the person even decided to move. Your subconscious mind had already pulled the trigger before you even knew you wanted to fire. By the time you think, "I'll take a sip of coffee," your brain has already sent the signal to your arm. Your conscious mind is just the PR department that takes credit for things the body has already started doing. You aren't the pilot in the plane. You're just the passenger in the cockpit who thinks they're flying because they're holding a plastic toy steering wheel. If we are 80 milliseconds late, how do we survive? How does a baseball player hit a 100-mile-per-hour fastball? Simple. The ball reaches the plate in about 400 milliseconds, but by the time the player's brain processes where the ball is, it's already 30 feet closer. If the player reacted to what he saw, he would miss every single time. Instead, the brain becomes a fortune teller. It takes the 80 millisecond old data and calculates where the ball will be in the future. You aren't swinging at the ball you see. You are swinging at a ghost, a mathematical prediction created by your brain to compensate for its own slowness. Every move you make, from catching a falling phone to dodging a car, is based on a lie about where things are going to be. We don't live in the real world. We live in our brain's best guess of the world. Your brain is effectively a biological supercomputer running a simulation of the next second based on the previous second's data. But the system isn't perfect. Sometimes the lie slips and you see the code behind the simulation. Have you ever glanced at a ticking clock and felt like the second hand froze for way too long? That's called chronostasis. When your eyes move quickly from one point to another, your brain cuts the blurry footage out to save processing power. To hide the gap, it stretches the image of the new object, the clock,
backward in time to fill the hole. Your brain literally rewrote history for a split second just to keep the picture steady. Or think about the phantom vibration syndrome, when you feel your phone vibrate in your pocket, but it's not there. Your brain predicted a notification so strongly that it hallucinated the physical sensation. Or the ghost step at the top of the stairs. Your brain predicted one more level, and when your foot hit thin air, the 80-millisecond mask fell off. That sudden jolt of adrenaline, that's your brain's emergency system rebooting because the simulation failed to match reality. For a brief moment, you were exposed to the truth, and it terrified you. Think about a movie. A movie is just 24 static pictures per second, but you don't see 24 pictures, you see movement. Your brain fills in the gaps between the frames. Life is the same way. Our senses are actually quite choppy and fragmented, but the brain smooths it all out into a continuous flow. If you have ever had a déjà vu moment, some scientists believe it's a synchronization error. One part of your brain processes the information a millisecond faster than the other. The second part receives the data and thinks, hey, I've seen this before, because, well, it just did. The lag was out of sync for just a heartbeat, and the illusion of the now shattered. Why did evolution give us such a laggy, lying brain? Because the truth is dangerous. If you saw the world exactly as it was, with every micro movement and every disconnected sound, you would be paralyzed by information overload. The 80-millisecond delay is a filter. It's a way to simplify the chaos into something we can use to survive. The brain isn't interested in the truth. It's interested in survival. It doesn't care if the sunset you see is actually 8 minutes old because of the speed of light, or if the sound of the bird is 80 milliseconds behind. It only cares that you can catch the bird or run away from the tiger. We are optimized for efficiency, not for accuracy. We are biologically programmed to be deluded. We like to think of ourselves as the masters of our reality. We think we are the observers of the now, but the now is a ghost. By the time you say the word now, it is already the past. We are actually just editors of an 80-millisecond old hallucination. The present moment is a myth, a story told to us by a machine made of meat that is doing its best to keep us from walking into walls. Our bodies are design disasters. Our spines weren't meant for walking upright. Our eyes are wired backward, and our brains are laggy, lying processors. Our reality is a fabrication, a synchronized stage play performed inside a dark, silent skull. But hey, at least the story is interesting. The next time you catch a fallen glass, or blink your eyes at a clock, or feel that strange sense of déjà vu, stop and say thank you to the 80-millisecond wire in your skull. It's the only reason the world makes sense. Subscribe to Discovery Sketch. We might be a little late to the party, but at least we're all in the same 80-millisecond delay together. Thanks for watching, or